Hey everybody, coming at you from out in the wilderness, and we have with us, we have Nick. All right, let me adjust that up just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little off camera.
Now today we have so much stuff to show that I'm gonna have to dig it all out of the backpack to be reminded. But it's basically about, I don't know, 10 years ago I did a video on how I wanted a Kelly Kettle. Well, my friends from California, Chris and Amanda, they sent me one. So I finally get to see what a Kelly Kettle is all about. And I also got to talk about the best Father's Day present I've ever got, and it came from Nick. So I'm gonna get that out and show that to you too, and then I got a few other things to talk about. And some really neat backpacker chairs and a homemade backpacker table. So let's dump all this out on the ground and start going through it. All right, anything you want to add?
I'm ready to sit down.
All right, that sounds good to me. All right, let's dump everything on the ground so that we can see what we're doing. All right, now I got my backpack right here. That is a Swedish military backpack. It's pretty cool. Now, Nick, let me have your backpack.
All right.
All right, let's see. We have, all right, let's dig through this one first. Now, has anybody ever heard of a grocery store called Aldi's? All right, well, there's an Aldi's in our town, and they had some really neat little bitty fold-up chairs. And I have never seen anything like it, but I'm sure that they're sold in other places. But this is the size of it. Look at that. And I even left the tag on it because I want to show you the tag. But these things are awesome. We're going to put these together and sit on them. They're so much better than just sitting on the ground. So that's pretty small right there. All right, so I've got one, and Nick has one in here. I'm going to put them together in a minute.
Unless you forgot mine, in which case that's mine sitting on the ground.
No, I remembered yours. Alright, so we have, okay, there's Nick's. Alright, so there's the two. I'll eventually take these tags off and put them in my filing cabinet so that I'll know what they are. Alright, and then here's Nick a Machete. There's Nick a Machete. We got a little bit of water. And we have some coffee cups. And then we have, check this out. We're going to drink this black. This is Georgia peach flavored ground coffee. Sweet, juicy taste of Georgia peaches. Drink better coffee. Alright, this is made, what's the name of this? Aroma Ridge Coffee Roasters. Let's see. Packed by Aroma Ridge Coffee, Marietta, Georgia. Alright, so that's going to be some good coffee. And we have, now wait a minute. Yeah, that was water. We have a Stanley French press. It's Nick's and we've never used it. And we have a Kelly Kettle. And I think this is the Trekker edition. And then we have a homemade table. These are the legs. And I whipped up this bag real quick. That thing's pretty cool. I'll show you that. And then this is a piece of stainless steel for the tabletop. And then I got a knife and a machete right here.
Aren't there many lighter things that you can carry beyond a big hunk of metal?
Well, maybe. You could. This is stainless steel, but this is going to be a purpose-built table. And so, anyway, yeah, you'll see, Nick. You'll like it. We're going to set the Kelly Kettle on top of the table instead of setting it on the ground. All right. So let's dig this out and put it together. I'll put one together on camera. All right. Let's see what this thing looks like. Let's unzip it. Now I've already pulled it out and put it together one time. As usual, it doesn't quite pack together as easily as the first time, but still it's very comfortable. Now I got a feeling it's going to wind up filthy once we've used it a few times. But everything unrolls. And then it has a base with these little lips on them. And then everything is shock corded together. You just pull this, and then everything just kind of explodes together. Just like that. And it'll hold, I think it'll hold 220 pounds. Alright, so that is what it looks like. And this thing,
that's what it looks like. That's a very painful chair.
Yeah, it is. Are you getting this on camera or am I too close?
Trying
to see. Alright, this stuff, see, this kind of keeps this stuff from spreading out right here. Just like that. Yeah, just like that. And then the next thing, it's got the name on it right here so that you'll know what's top and bottom. And it's very, very heavily reinforced right there where this goes. So that goes on. This one's got a loop on it, so it's going to be the last one that I put on. That way I can help stretch it on. Now when I first saw this, I didn't think much of it. I thought that's not much of a chair until I sat in it. And it's actually pretty darn comfortable. I saved the last one for last because it's got a loop that you can pull to sort of help stretch it on. And there you go. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it only weighs like 3 pounds. By backpacker standards, that's a lot. But when you're out in the woods, in the winter time, I have no problem sitting on the ground. But in the summertime, when you're sitting on the ground's covered in ants and ticks and fleas. And around here, actually, black widow spiders are everywhere. So this is a great addition.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to put the other one together, and then I'm going to dig out the homemade table, and I'm going to show you it. All right. Sound good?
All right.
All right. I have the 2 chairs set up, and I just noticed something about that one. If you had the right kind of tarp, you could put a tarp overhead by them 2 trees with that chair. Anyway, so let's put together the table now. Now what this is I got the idea from a folding stool, and that's how I made this little thing. Okay, I took a piece of plastic and I drilled 4 holes in it, and then I machined at an angle. Okay, it's gonna make more sense in a minute. And then I threw together this bag out of some scraps, and it is 3 pieces of stainless steel tubing. Now the way this works, let's see, is these go in here. Sounds like a jet, don't it?
Yeah.
Now I don't think this ain't in the center. I think it's kind of up a little bit, just a little bit above center. But what you do is you flip them this way. See how that's machined at an angle? You flip them all that way, just like that. And it can be sort of adjustable. Now that might be too big, and then you just set this on top and try not to bump it. I see that's a little bit, this needs to come up some above center. That needs to come up about right there. And then you kind of plant these in the ground. I see that's up a little, so this needs to push in a little more right there. Look at that, look at that, look at that. What do you think, Nick? You like it?
Nice.
Isn't that cool? Now the Kelly Kettle is going to go on top. And like I said, this is from, I have a lot of friends on YouTube, but the most generous to the channel has always been Chris and Amanda from California. Always. He's always been a great guy. So we have this thing. Now this is the Kelly Kettle. It's a hollow kettle. And then here's a little kit that comes with it as a base. So it's got the base, got holes in it, right there. And then this thing right here is kind of like what they call, I think it's like a hobo type stove, where when you put wood in there, you put that over there and you can put a pot or a pan on it. And then here's a little cup, but you could put a pan on it. It's got a lid, and then you could use the lid as a pan. And then it's got a cup with a lip guard. And then in here, are you getting all this pretty good on camera, Nick?
Yeah.
All right, and then in here I have a piece of leather in here for whenever that thing gets hot. Now see, this is a little handle that you can use for picking this stuff up with in case you want to use that as a lid. I mean, it's a little pot, but I would just carry a pot. Grab that thing and put that on there. Now it comes with this little thing right here, a little grill that you fold out. But I'm gonna make a solid grill. I'm gonna make a much larger grill. Now the way this thing works is this sits on top after you build the fire, and you pull this out. Just kind of hang it off the side. And the fire is underneath it. And not only is the fire underneath it, but it comes out through the top, so it heats super fast. Now these stainless steel pieces, they go together just like that, and they sit inside here. Isn't that neat? And then you can put the grill up on top, and you can cook with that. Isn't that cool? But I'm gonna make a bigger grill that comes all the way out to these edges here. But we're not going to use this. All we're going to do today is boil water, and we have some different cups. We're not going to use any of this stuff. All right, throw all that back there. And then I got some different. We're going to need this and this. I think that's probably, I'll push that a little bit. Yep, there it goes. Now it's level. That's awesome. We're going to put some water in there and start a fire. All right, now on to, oh, we got a couple cups here in here that we'll dig out in a minute. Throw everything back there. That way I keep up with it. Okay, now on to the next part that we're going to talk about. As far as Father's Day presents go, they come and they go, but some are memorable. Some you'll love forever. Now, I don't know all the details. Maybe some of you out there might, but there's not much on the internet about it. But there's a company called Hiro, H-I-R-O, and or at least it's a line of cutlery. It's mostly knives and chef type knives. Well, sometime around 2004 or 2005, they made a line of machetes called the Hiro Original. And from what I gather online, they didn't make many of them, and they were made in Seki, Japan. And there was a big fire at the factory, and they pretty much discontinued the machete line, and then maybe they sold out, maybe somebody bought the name, I don't know. But anyway, they didn't make these machetes for very long. And since I've known about these, I have seen two online for sale. Two, and they were both in Japan, and they were on a Japanese website, and the lettering was in Japan, and I couldn't translate it. Well, not long ago, about a week or two before Father's Day, one appeared on eBay in America, but it was from Japan. It was from a company in Japan, and I showed it to Nick, and Nick said, "Happy Father's Day." So he bought it for me. So it's a 2-button snap on a Cordier case, and you pull it out, and this is it. This is the unicorn of all machetes. I've seen these online, but like I said, in the past 19 years, I've only seen 3 for sale online, and all 3 of them have been in Japan.
Certainly the most polished machete I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But this thing was made in Seki, Japan, and it's stamped.
It's reflecting light too much to see it really.
Is it?
Oh, there. Wait. You have to turn it a little bit to. Okay.
Hiro Original. But this thing is pretty much a collector's item, without a doubt. There aren't many of these, but this is the unicorn of machetes. It says IC cut right here, and supposedly there was a line of IC cut machetes that weren't stamped Hiro, and then there's a bunch of these made in China. I don't think they had the hollow grind to them, but I'm going to use this on video today, and then I'm going to retire it to my collection. So Nick, thank you for the Father's Day present.
You're welcome, man.
Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, back over here to this setup. Isn't this awesome that just to think that all of this was in two backpacks?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to start a fire in here, and then we're going to fill this thing up with water, and then we're going to make us some peach coffee. All right, does that sound good, Nick?
All right.
All right. All right, let's see what the Hiro original does. Love it, Machete. I can't thank you enough, Nick.
Mm-hmm. Now go easy on it.
I will. Oh, hey, it's shooting over there. Hop, we're going to have to go around picking all these up.
Should I cover my face?
Nah. Now we're starting to get into some hard wood here.
Doesn't help that the log you're hitting on is falling apart.
I know. Whoop, there we go. Yeah, let's get a different log, and then I'm going to have to pick all these little pieces up everywhere.
The log just completely fell apart.
Still like a razor blade.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, let's go find another log and another stick. We got some more Hiro action going on. Let's try to chop against this log. Let's get this out of the way. I wonder. Nope. Looks like fat wood, but it doesn't have that smell. Let's see if we can chop these things down and get them to where they'll stay. You got a good view right here?
Mm-hmm. No.
Nope. Oh!
That flew between my legs.
Oh!
That flew by my head.
See, they're all over the place. We're going to have to do something different. Oh, man. All right. Well, anyway, that's the Hiro in action. Love that machete.
Nice.
Nice. Got that whole piece off. Big knot down there. All right, we got a bunch of wood and a bunch of shavings, and this thing's supposed to boil water like really fast, so we're gonna go for that. Now, this thing is supposed to use sticks, twigs, but we're using small chopped up pieces of wood and shavings because we don't want to fool around. We want to get it done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of little pieces of wood down in the bottom. Let's put a couple of little pieces in the bottom down here. Now you don't want to block the airflow here. Put a few pieces in here. Let's see. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some shavings on top. And then we're going to light them and get it going. And then once it gets going, we'll put the water in the kettle and put it on. Whew. That didn't take long, did it? Now, let's see, I probably do need a few little bitty sticks in here.
Those shavings work good.
Yeah. That's what happens when you shave down into the dry part of the wood. Now, they say that once you get this going, you can drop sticks in through this hole in the top. We're going to try that. Whoops. Let's put some of these smaller pieces on here. Whoop. All right, I think that's getting going good enough. But it's got to burn down enough to where we can get the kettle on it. Put a few more small pieces in here. This is the first time I've ever used one. And they say they are super fast. I think that fire's going to be going pretty good. All right, let's put some water in here. Let's see.
Just don't knock it over.
Oh, I ain't. That makes me nervous right there, because that's what they talk about. They say that these things ain't real stable. And you don't want to fill these things all the way up.
I was mostly referring to the fire pit.
Oh, yeah.
Also, weight on the table and.
Yeah, this is an untested table.
It's been a little shaky so far.
We don't want to fill this up. Yeah, I may have to redesign it. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Just kidding. Yeah, all you gotta do is just get something to hold the legs to it.
Yeah, see that right there? Did you see what it did? You got to be careful over here on this other leg.
Sorry, I was sitting here watching the table real time.
Oh, that's because this thing needs to be shifted over this ways. We'll put a pretty good bit of water in there. I don't want to boil it over too much. We don't want it to boil out. All right, let's see what that does.
No, it's fine. It's just precious water.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's already coming out the top. That is neat. Now see, they say that you can drop a few sticks in here like this. A few shavings and stuff.
Yeah, I'd say it'd boil pretty quick.
Yeah. Put some of these little tiny ones in here. That thing's cool.
It was already boiling?
You can hear it bubbling and boiling.
Is it already boiling?
I don't know. Now it wouldn't boil that quick, but I mean it's rumbling in there. Now, they make 3 sizes of this. You hear it? You hear that sound of that water in there?
Swear to you, I think it's already boiling.
You know something? I'm not even going to put anything else in there.
Can you see inside of it?
Kinda. That's so cool. Cause see that it's the air intake is here, and it flows up just like the idea behind like a Dakota fire pit. We ain't even going to need all these other shavings and wood, I don't think. That's awesome.
Kelly Kettle is freaking awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. You just got to be careful with it. And you know, a lot of people, most everybody else just puts them on the ground, but I'm trying this table here. Now this is that Stanley French press that Nick got. Pretty big container.
Which may or may not, as some people I work with know, matches my thermos of the same brand.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna, let's put some of this coffee in here. Right here, while that water's boiling. Now I gotta be sure and put this thing underneath the leg. I think that'll work.
We're just making sure it doesn't tip, because
yeah, because you gotta, anywhere where
fire.
there's a leg, you can put this stuff. Alright, I'm just gonna dump a little bit of this peach coffee in here. I didn't bring a scooper. I'm just going to dump some in there. We can add a little bit of cold water to it if it's too strong. We don't want it too strong anyway. Probably about that much. Oh. Oh. I smell it, Nick.
Wow. Peachy.
Peachy. Peachy. I wish y'all had smell-o-vision.
What?
That's awesome. I think, yeah, that's enough. Alright, now I don't want to put any more wood in there because I don't want to have to, I don't want a big old tall fire when I lift this thing off. Alright, I guess cut that off, and then once it boils, we'll cut you back on and pour it. There's an inside view of the glow. Now let's see if you can see inside it. I don't know if you can or not. Oh, and we want to give a shout out to Joe Flowers from Condor. We met him at the Blade Show. Nick got his awesome shirt from Joe.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Joe.
Especially with how hot it is out.
Oh, I know. It's hot and muggy. It's early in the morning, but it's still hot and muggy. All right, we're fixing to boil here in a minute. And then we're going to pour into there.
That heated up the platform.
Did
because
it?
it's metal.
Look, I'm gonna put a handful of these in there and see if flames pop up. It's fixing to be ready.
Just want to see the flames get out the top again.
Look, it's making it smoke. I was just wondering if it would flame up. That could give it like a final burst. Oh no, that's too much flames. Hey, well look at that, Agnes. Look. Oh no.
It's shaking the table.
Oh man, that's a mistake. You shouldn't do that. When them flames die down, oh, you know that water is hot.
It's rattling. The table is literally shaking.
Oh man. Well, that water's ready. When that thing stops doing that.
This is actually how you're supposed to properly use the Kelly Kettle, is to get the fire inside of it so hot
That it shakes
that
everything.
it just ejects the water for you.
Yeah, alright. Alright, let me come around there now. Let's see. Now, the way to do this, I was told, is that you grab a hold of this and you pour with the chain.
I feel like I need to be holding this table.
I think this is on a pretty stable side. Right.
Yeah, you gotta find the.
We're gonna
You
put
gotta
this
find the
on.
table spots.
There you go. See, that's pretty decent right there. Should I do more water? Nah. I'm gonna hang this somewhere over there and let it cool off, I think. That's cool. Now we just gotta let this, hey, set your timer on your phone there for 5 minutes, all right?
Yeah. I'll do it on my watch.
All right. Y'all hear the cicadas? They are out of control this year. Well, anyway, that looks like a good place to hang the Kelly Kettle for it to cool. I got it hanging on a branch, and then that little ring, I got the silicone thing there. But for now, we're just going to try this one batch of coffee and see what it does. Another good thing is if you're using a table like this, you can use this for moving the fire pit. Yeah, see, now I just move this somewhere safe out of the way.
Catch the table flips.
Yeah. All right, we'll put this back here. Let that cool. How much longer now, Nick?
1:09.
All right, which cup you want, the Roscoe cup or the round cup?
I'll take the round cup. It looks taller.
Yeah. All right, now I want to do a couple of shout outs here. I went to the Blade Show, and I used to go every year, but it had been 5 years since I went. And I think it's funny that when I go to the Blade Show, normally It's almost like a YouTuber convention, but and I don't understand it. There was just me, and then Subtle Serpent Survival was there, and Brian. They said Brian was there from I don't forgot the name of his channel. Oh, Survival on Purpose, I think. Yeah, but I didn't bump into him. But Joe Flowers, the Condor guy, he said there was only 3 YouTubers there, period, and that was so weird. Doug Marcaida was there. That was pretty cool. It Will Kill. And Joe Ted-Eye, which I thought was completely out of the scene, he was there, but he left halfway through the day. Ontario Knife Company no longer exists. K-Bar, they were there, but they didn't really have, they had no machetes whatsoever, and you know, they got some pretty good machetes. I didn't see Charade or Kershaw, I don't think, but it was a pretty big place. But I bumped into a longtime viewer, Russell Wilder, and his family. So Russell and I think his wife's name was Amy, we salute you. Thanks for all the years of views and support. And we want to give another shout out to Nick's friend, well, our friend Earl. He was a co-worker of Nick's, and he quit and moved on to other things, but we miss you, Earl.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, come back. Earl's a really cool guy. But anyway, so what's the time on this thing now?
Oh, it finished.
Oh, okay, it's finished. All right, so now let's take a look here. So this is the Stanley French press. So let's push this down. Now I'm gonna pour a little bit right here. Let's pour a little bit.
I really smell the peach.
Oh, do you? After I pushed on it, let's see if we can pour it and see what we got. Oh yeah, I smelled. Oh man, that is extra, extra, extra strong, Nick. We're going to have to top it off with a little bit of water.
No, we won't.
That is extra. Well, I am. That is extra, extra, extra strong.
Whenever he makes coffee, I dump instant in it.
Yeah, he does. I'll make coffee in a percolator, and then he'll dump instant in it. Hey, there's still a good bit in there left in there. All right, we're gonna pull you in a little bit. Well, no, we're not. Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna pull you in a little bit to try it. All right, I moved a little bit closer to the table here now because we're not running the Kelly Kettle anymore. But I'm gonna put a dash of water in mine because I can't wait to try it, and it's strong. See what it tastes like. Nope. It's gonna have to cool a little bit more.
There's still steam pouring off of it.
Yeah, that was hot, hot. That Kelly Kettle works great. And they make 3 versions of it. They make the Trekker, and then they make one size bigger. This is like a backpacker version.
Whew.
See, that's hot, ain't it?
That was burning my face.
Is it? Yeah. And then they make a big one called a base camp version. It's huge, and I can't remember what it does. Maybe close to 2 quarts of water, maybe, or something. But it's pretty big. You wouldn't want to backpack with it. You know, this one, it's you can backpack with this easily. We're gonna let this cool off just a little bit. All right, it's cooled off enough that we can taste it now.
I put too much water. I told you I shouldn't do it.
Why, did it weaken it?
Yeah.
Aw.
Can't taste the peach as well now.
Let me judge.
I mean, that's just me because I like my coffee very, very strong.
He likes it like syrup. That is pretty dang good right there. Let me show you that again.
For every scoop of coffee, I like 1 drip of water in it.
That is Aroma Ridge Coffee Roasters Georgia Peach. Roasted and packaged by Aroma Ridge Coffee Company, Marietta, Georgia. That is some good stuff right there. That is very good. I like that. And with this stuff right here, the hotter the water, the more you get out of it. And I think that water there was about as hot as you can get. And, you know, in the future, I'm going to experiment with actually boiling the water out and over into the thing, French press. But that is
You're
really
gonna
good.
intentionally get it hot enough that it just shoots out the spout.
Guess. All right, let's wrap this up real quick. Nick, happy Father's Day to me. Thank you for the Hiro, the absolute coolest machete on earth, the unicorn of machetes, the rarest of them all. Might not be the best, but it's kind of like a work of art. It's beautiful, it's precise made, but there ain't many of them.
You can use it as a signaling mirror as well.
Yeah, you probably could. But that's going in my collection. I'm gonna clean that jewel up and put it in there because I've got other machetes that I can use and abuse. So anyway, once again, hey to Russell and Amy Wilder, we salute you. We miss you, Earl. Thank you, Joe Flowers, for the shirt. Anything else? The table here, I may make another version with 4 legs instead of 3 to see if it's a little bit more stable, because you got to pay attention to where the corner is.
It seemed really wobbly, but it appears that you can press down where the leg is sitting, and that there's 2 legs in the front, but there's only 1 leg in the back. So sitting stuff on the corners of the back is what causes it to tip.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. And these chairs, they're a winner in my book. I tell you, this, for the 3 pounds each, this is so worth carrying. Just need a footstool now. But anyway, I looked on the tag and they do hold up 240 pounds each, which is excellent. So anyway, oh, and update, the mountain bike is done. All new gears, new chain, new sprockets, new everything, new bearings. It's olive, drab, and black, and the trailer is halfway built. And the trailer is going to be really lightweight. It's going to be the biggest trailer I've ever made, but really lightweight. You could right now the frame you can hold it up with a pinky. So it's going to be great. Hopefully it'll be the next video. I'm hoping. So, and it's big enough to carry my army cot. All right. So, anything you want to add, Nick?
No, it was a good video.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a lot of fun. Showed a lot of stuff. So, anyway.
Glad to finally have a chair out here.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Take it easy. Enjoy life. And we shall see you in the next one.
See you later.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now maybe if the fire died down, that's on hot wood you put out. That's true. Because you know something, it mellowed out there after the fire died down where it was just warm. And warm might have been like good enough to cook eggs or sausage. I put them curls in